Hello friends and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John, and this is Timberborn. Okay, we are continuing from pretty much exactly where we left off last episode. We're on day 2, so everything is going swimmingly now that the drought is over. We are in the process of closing this off. Now, it has been said that these will only fill up to about this level. They will not overfill. So this will never flood. So we don't actually need, in theory, to close this off. We should be able to get away with, let's do that. We should be able to get away with just doing this. It should never overflow with bad water. But, and we are going to get some bad water contaminating this, which isn't ideal. So, what I was thinking is that instead of these steps up here, what I should do... can I? Let's have a look. Yeah. So if I were to do that, we will then be able to get... no, we wouldn't. No, we wouldn't. All right. So, hang on. Let me see if I can do that. Let's pause that. Let's get rid of those stairs there. We'll get rid of that platform there. And I think what we'll have to do is get rid of that as well. Typically. Like so. Actually, no, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. No. What we need to do is chuck in a couple of levees there. And that should be enough. And then we could put in... no, we can't. I mean, yes, we could. We just need to move those stairs, wouldn't we? Yeah, we put that in like that. We'll get rid of those stairs there. And we'll put them in there instead. We'll get rid of that bit of path. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. I think that's probably okay, he says. So that should allow us to draw any bad water that builds up in here out. Yeah? Does that make sense? Kind of makes sense to me. Alright, well, we'll see what happens when that is all built anyway. So, that's what we're doing at the moment. We've still got some trees to cut down. We've got 391 logs in storage. We've got 90 planks, 15 gears, 91 scrap metal, 10 metal blocks. Plenty of food, plenty of water. Yeah. We've still got quite a bit of storage space left over for water. We have a half-full hauling post. This is set to supply and is prioritised. Okay, that's prioritised as well. Good. Yeah, I think that's all right. I think we're doing okay there. And in theory, we should just need to pause that during the bad tide. And we're building up more deep water pumps there. Yeah, all right, all right. I think that's good. I think we're doing all right. We've got another barrack building going in there as well. Sure. Okay. Okay, that's good. Right, what is our next step then? I mean, our next step is essentially completing what we've got going on here. We want to get this set up before the bad tide, which in theory shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's just getting everything else built at the same time. We do have... Oh, hello. Oh, yes, they've added achievements into the game, so we may get a whole bunch of achievements popping up in the corner here as they cycle through, because obviously we've been playing it for several years now, so we've probably got quite a few of the achievements. Okay, I think we're doing all right there. Do we want more farming? What would be the next thing to plant? Let's actually look at the crops rather than anything else. I mean, soybeans, canola would be a good one, because we do need canola oil. Yeah, alright, let's plant up a little bit of canola in there, shall we? And we might need another farmhouse, but we'll leave it for the moment. Let's put them on planting for now, because harvesting, I think we're alright. We shouldn't have too much of a problem there. Right, science-wise, we've got 260 points. Is it worth getting some well-being unlocked? Maybe some showers. That wouldn't be a terrible idea, would it? No, it wouldn't. Alright, where are we going to put showers? I mean, ideally we'd get rid of that and put it along there. Yeah, there's not a lot of space for them at the moment. Yeah. Alright, well I'm going to put in... Where are we? I'm going to put in a couple there. And we'll bring the path around like so. Actually, we'll probably do it that way round. Would make more sense, wouldn't it? There we go. And then when we get explosives, maybe we can sort of square this off a little bit down to here and put in some more along there. And in fact, there's no reason why we shouldn't connect that path up there, is there? Okay, right. What else do we want? What have we got? Decontamination pod, probably not worth it at the moment. Scratcher, probably worth it. We've got the resources for it. We've got the science for it. All right. Let's get ourselves some scratchers in over here, should we? Yeah, let's try and find some space for them. Oh, under there. There we go. Let's stick some in like that as well. There we go. Sure. And decorations, we've already got a couple of shrubs. Lanterns wouldn't be a terrible idea. Can we get lanterns in under... Yes, we can. So if I put them there and there, that covers all of our current housing. There we are. Excellent stuff. Right. They've got some building work to be getting on with, so let's spin on and let them get on with it. Right then, start of day 6, and we're in a pretty good position. We've got all of our levees and everything built up around here. I haven't put in the bad water pump yet. We've got our showers in down here, and they are being used. We've got our scratchers in up here, and they are being used. We've got our water pumps in up here, and they are being used, obviously. Population-wise, we're not doing so great. We've got 7 empty spots, which, yeah, I mean, they'll all be in there. We do have 1 incapacitated beaver currently, but, you know, it's fine. They're probably fine. Okay, we do need more storage, so I'm going to bring those platforms along there with a path. And we'll pop in another medium warehouse there. This is going to be for canola seeds, because obviously we've got our canola planted. And that's growing away nicely, so that's fine. That will, yeah, take a few more days, say 4 or 5 more days to grow. So we can store the seeds in there. We are going to want an oil press, which will cost us, let's have a look, what will that cost us? 120 science, which we can afford. Logs, planks and gears, again, we can afford to build it. And it does go in quite nicely there, doesn't it? Yeah, let's pop it in there, shall we? And you are going to be making... Oh, we'll wait till you build. That's all we can do, really. I guess we'll want a storage tank there, and you're going to be for canola oil. There we go. Alright, yeah, so 6 vacancies. We've got 5 children, so we should have a couple growing up soon. Is it worth putting in another breeding pod? We don't have treated planks yet, so there's no point in thinking about building advanced ones yet. But yeah. Alright, let's get another one in. I'm a little unsure about that, because I don't want too much population all at once. No, we should be alright. We should be fine. Okay, and what I want to do over here is actually test whether or not this is going to overflow. So if we close those sluices, is that water going to rise up and overflow our barrier? Oh, it feels like it's still flowing. But it doesn't seem like it's filling. We aren't leaking out of the side there, are we? Are we? No, I don't think we are. Alright, so I think that's right. I think that will be alright. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we just lost the bunch there where it flowed through. So it looks like that was just maintaining that depth there. Alright, no, that's good. I'm happy with that. So I've got it set to close above a contamination level of 4%, which should be fine, theoretically. So as soon as the contamination appears, it should close up. Alright, that's fine. What do we need for a bad water pump? We need 250, we need metal blocks, we need logs, and we need gears. So in fact, we're pretty much in a position where we could build it. We just don't have the science for it at the moment. I'm not going to put this on a low priority yet, because we do want to keep building that science. Hopefully we'll have enough by the time a bad tide hits. If not, we might be in trouble. Oh, that's been built. Let's pause you, because we don't need you yet. You've been built. That's good. You've been built. Yeah, all of our building work has been done. That's excellent. All right. Okay, how are we doing on this? We've got, or rather, we're using 445. If we open you up, and open you up, is that all of it? So it's 570 horsepower being used, in theory. Yeah, we should be alright there. We should be alright. That still leaves us a couple of hundred horsepower on that circuit. Right. Good, good, good. Okay, what's wrong with you? You've just not got the water and berries you need. That's fine. Someone will bring those along any minute now, I'm sure. Okay. How is everything going over here? We are out of trees to cut. Looks like we've got a few approaching harvestable age, but that's all right. Okay. Right, what is next then? Let's have a look. Food-wise, we're waiting for the canola to grow so we can make some canola oil. Hydroponic gardens, not necessary at the moment. Food factory, again, not any use to us at the moment. Coffee brewery, not a lot of use at the moment. Tapper's shack we will want, because we will want a wood workshop sooner or later. Again, we don't have anywhere near the science for it. Yeah, I think we need to just play on, build up our population a little bit. We've got 12 housing spaces free, so that's okay. Yeah, I think we just need to build up our population. So let's spin on. Probably, let's spin on until day 10, and we'll see how we're doing at that point. Right, there we are. That's the start of day 10. We're doing all right. We do have a new well-being high score of 12, which is quite nice. So we are looking after our beavers reasonably well. Nobody likes a mistreated beaver. We've only got 4 vacant spots in workplaces at the moment, and they'll all be in the horning post. So we've slightly increased, but not a huge amount. 4 children, yeah. We're kind of keeping pace with the death wave for the most part here. Hopefully we'll take over now that we've got these 5 breeding pods in. Building another, or have built another water tank in there to improve our storage. Yeah, everything's going okay. No drought or bad tide warning at the moment. We are still cutting logs because our pine trees are coming in. Looks like we've got some oaks coming in as well. Plenty of mangroves. Doesn't look like they're being eaten at a massive rate. Might be worth getting some more storage in. Certainly no reason not to. he says. So, yeah. Let's get a bit more storage in, shall we? Oh, we're going to need to... Where are we? Get rid of that there bush. We'll put that on a high priority. We'll bring the stairs up there. And then we'll bring those along like so. And once that's been cleared out, we'll put the platforms in there as well so they can actually get around that. All right. Yeah, we're going to need to expand. We're going to need to think about where we're going next. I mean, housing-wise, we're all right for the moment. We could just bring the path along there, or the platforms along there, and out that way. Maybe put some steps up here as well. And that will get us onto this plateau here. I'm just having a look to see where this goes. Through there into there. Alright. This might start overflowing at some point. We do have another bad water source where? Just here. And it's going to take a while to fill up, but then it's going to come down and spill down into here, which is where we've got an aquifer. Or a pair of aquifers. Alright. So this is one that we'll definitely want to cap off. Definitely want to cap that off. Let's have a look. 4,000 signs. Yeah, we're not doing it anytime soon, are we? We also need dynamite for it, so... Yeah, we'll just have to let that overflow for a while. Where is that going to go then? That's going to come down into here. Which isn't ideal. But there's not a huge amount we can actually do about it at the moment. Okay, right. Right. Explosives factory is necessary, isn't it? I think I'll put the explosives factory connected to this geothermal vent here. And we will need more power on here sooner or later because the geothermal engines aren't going to cut it. And we've got a very long way to go before we can get another one, which is over there. And I can't remember if that's the last one or not. It might be the only other one on the map. It is not the only other one on the map. There's another one down here. So we've got one here and one over here. It's not ideal, but it's okay for the moment. So we're going to need some more sources of power. So we'll have to think about how we're going to do that. I could put water wheels in this section, but at the moment, with only this pouring out, it's probably not worth it. Maybe once this bad water source starts bubbling over and flowing through here, it might be worth it then. Getting a couple of power wheels set up along this channel here. Might also be worth putting in some along here. Yeah. Alright, well. It's an option. Let's spin on till we get the drought or bad tide warning. Okay, day 12, and there's the drought warning. And again, it is a drought, so that's not too bad. This bad water source has started flowing, so it's filling up this first lake here where the aquifer is. It's likely to spill over into this one, and then in theory it should, he says, yeah, fill up and spill over this way, which will bring it around the back here and into this section. So again, not ideal, but it is what it is. Okay, oops, I didn't want to do that. Okay, so as a drought, we should be fine. We've got 1,300 water in storage. We have a maximum storage of 1,500, so we should be able to fill that before the end of the temperate weather. What's the phrase I'm looking for. The wet period, anyway. Okay, we are also harvesting some cassava. I can't speak. Canola. It's not cassava. That's cassava. We've got plenty of cassava. We've got like 260 cassava. It's canola that we need to pick. Dear oh dear. Right. Over here they finally got rid of that bush. It took them a little while, but we'll stick ourselves the platforms that we want in there. There we go. And honestly, I'm just going to put in another pair of medium warehouses. You can be for more fermented cassava. You can be for more mangrove fruits. There we go. Perfect. There we are. The drought has started. It's going to be 6 days. That should be all right. We do have plenty of water. We've obviously got water in here. I'm going to shut down these 2 water pumps to start with. We've got these 3 up here which are going to drain this pretty quickly. I've paused this for the moment. We don't need that on just yet. What I am going to do though is I am going to, I think, spend 250 science to unlock the deep bad water pump. We don't need it particularly deep, obviously, but we can stick it in there. We'll get a path up to the entrance there, and we will stick in, there we go, a storage bin there, and you're going to store bad water. There we are. So at least we'll have a stock of that built up. I mean, obviously it's going to dry up once the drought really hits, because this should no longer be producing bad water. So all of this should drain down again to this level here. So where these 2 aquifers are. So it should stop flowing through this section here. Yeah, at the moment it might be worth putting in some sluices down here to prevent bad water flowing back along this channel here, and then putting some farming in this area. Thinking about maybe sort of planting soybeans up here. At least that will just give us another type of food to use. I think we can ferment soybeans, can't we? Where's our fermenter? Yeah, we can. Might be worth it. Don't know. Don't know. We'll think about that. Yeah, we'll think about that. Anyway, that's one plan. We've currently got 2 unemployed, which is fine because we've turned off the power wheel and the water pumps. Makes sense. But that would only be 4 beavers, so it means that we've just got 2 vacancies normally. Yeah, 2 vacancies normally, which would be in the horning post, obviously. Yeah, all right. I think I'm getting myself confused here. This is a weird one. I don't really know where to go from here. Normally I've got a fairly sort of clear idea of where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do to get power and things like that. At the moment I just don't. I think we kind of need more tree planting, but quite how we're going to do that, I don't know. Yeah, I think we need the explosives factory set up first. I think that's probably going to be the next thing we go for, I think. Day 18 then, so we're halfway through the drought. Still got a tiny bit of water left in here, so we'll be able to draw that out. Still have 1400 in storage, so I think we're going to be all right. Worst comes to worst, we can turn one of these on to top that up. That should be all right. I can't see this lasting much more than a couple of hours of today, honestly. Bad water pump is in up here. I've put in over here a medium tank for more bad water storage. And I've put in, or I'm putting in, a warehouse over here to store explosives. I think we're going to put our explosives factory on there once we've got the science to unlock it. I think it's 400? 400 science to unlock. We have 236, so we're a little way away. It'll take us a good few days to get enough science up for that. He says, looking around to see if there's any more bits of wreckage that we can grab. I've just seen there's an aquifer right there. 400 science to unlock an aquifer drill and 400 horsepower to operate it. I mean, it's not like it's a million miles away, is it? Alright. Let's get some stairs up and over to that area, shall we? There we go. Okay. Okay, right. What else would we need? We need power for that, so we'd need an engine, which is another 400. I mean, we could probably manage that, couldn't we? I mean, the water would be no problem, because it's right there. Right, what would we want? We'd want probably floodgates down here to shut it off. Although maybe across there would probably be better, wouldn't it? And ideally we'd want dynamite to lower this as well. There's nothing under there to worry about, is there? No, there's nothing there to worry about. Alright, so we'd be able to bring that right down, wouldn't we? Sure. That's an idea. Quite like that idea. Alright, yeah. So let's spin on then. I am making canola oil, by the way. Since we've got the spare beavers currently. Not many, but we've got a couple. Alright, well, we can pause these as well, can't we? There we go. So we've currently got 4 unemployed beavers, which isn't going to be enough to fill all of our workspaces. Which is a little frustrating. We've got 7 spare beds. We've got 6 children. We have no breeding pods ready to pop. One has just popped. Yeah, I think we do need to grow our population a little bit more quickly, don't we? We'll leave it for the moment. We'll keep an eye on it. Thank you, autosave. We'll keep an eye on it, but we won't do anything with it at the moment. Okay, let's spin on till the end of the drought. There we go. The drought is over. As expected, we did fine. Oh, look. We got some more achievements unlocked. Yeah, okay, so we did fine there. I turned on the power wheel down here. I've turned on 2 of these water pumps and I've turned on 2 of these water pumps. We do have 1 spare beaver available. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to turn on this bad water pump. Yeah, that's probably the best bet, I think. Turn on that bad water pump so we've got some bad water coming in. I think we're at 348 science, so we're only 50 odd away from getting the explosives factory unlocked. I think that's probably our best bet. Yeah, I think that's probably our best bet. And I think coming across here to... sorry, I'm going backwards and forwards. I think coming over here to this aquifer and getting a drill on here is probably our best plan. I mean, let me know if you disagree. Let me know in the comments, obviously. But I think that's our best plan. But we'll get the dynamite, the explosives set up first. I think. Yeah, because with those we can deepen this section and square this section off. Store more water up here. I think that's probably better for us at the moment. I might even take this pump out and square that off. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. Okay, Yes, so that's that. That's where we're heading. So the explosives factory is going to go in there. We can deepen this and square this off. We can square some of this off and get a bit more water storage in here. Square that off down there, get a couple more showers in down here. That's okay. And then we could move to another area of the map and put in a hydration system with a fluid dump. So we could actually sort of build up farming elsewhere. Yeah. I think in the meantime, though, I am going to come down here. I don't need to worry too much, but I'll come down here. Come on. Like so. And that gives us access to this area, and we'll stick in a set of sluices across there like that. There we go. Not only does that give us access to this side, but it stops the bad water from flowing back this way. I think that will be helpful for us, because it'll mean that this area won't get contaminated. We can use explosives to bring all of this down to the same level, maybe add in some hydration. I mean, I could stick a channel across into a 3x3 block over here, couldn't I, to get some more hydration in this area. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. We don't quite have the science to build the explosives factory yet. We don't have any bad water stored. So yeah, let's spin on for a few days. Oh, and day 2, something else I forgot to mention is I finally remembered to take the fog off of the map. So I know some people prefer it this way. Just looks a little clearer. I hope that's okay with everybody else. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Right then, day 4. We have enough science to build ourselves an explosives factory. So let's get that set up. We'll put that in just there. 400 science. Yes, please. It's, what is it? 30 planks, which we have. 30 gears, which we just about have. And 30 metal blocks, which we definitely have. I've switched off the smelter for the moment because we were running very low on scrap metal. And speaking of which, our ruin here is decreasing fairly rapidly. So we're going to need to get to another one. And yeah. Oh, here we are. We got one over here. Let's get that set up straight away, shall we? So well, let's just. There we go. We'll be able to set up over there as soon as this one runs out, which shouldn't be too long by the looks of it. Okay, so this here has got a fair amount of bad water in it already, unfortunately. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. We'll get rid of that as we go along. It's basically stopping more coming in is what we're doing here. That's the idea of the sluice, to prevent any bad water from flowing back into this channel. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, so the next plan, once we've got the explosives factory up and running and we can start sort of doing bits and pieces with that, the next plan is to come across and set up an engine over here, I think. Use the explosives to maybe widen this section and deepen this section so that we've got a big old reservoir of fresh water. That's the idea there. I can't see that there's going to be any bad water spilling into here in, you know, ideal circumstances, obviously. But that should be able to store a reasonable amount of water in it. Again, ideally. Right, I think we'll leave it there for this episode. Oh, I tell you what we might want. We might want another farmhouse down here to plant up the rest of these canola seeds. Yeah, alright, let's pop ourselves a farmhouse in. I guess just there's fine, isn't it? And we'll set you to plant. And we will prioritise canola. We might put some more crops in down here. Maybe a little stand of soy or something like that. But for the moment, we'll just want to keep all this growing and moving, ideally. We are producing canola oil. We've got sort of 97 in storage there, so that's okay. I did put in some more housing over here as well. Yeah, alright. I think we're doing alright. You know, it's alright. We want to set that to obtain bad water if we can. Because we're only producing over here for the moment. But I think we're doing alright. How are we doing with the resources there? Not too bad. Tell you what, let's spin on till the explosives factory is done and we can start producing some explosives. Well, there we go. Day 5 of Cycle 6 and we're already producing explosives. I'm quite proud of that. That's pretty good going, even for us. Yeah, we'll leave it there for this episode, I think. We're making progress. We're definitely making progress. This is already starting to clear up. You can see it's not quite as contaminated as it was before, so that's good. We might not need too much in the way of additional hydration in this area. Yeah. Okay, but we are producing explosives. We can start enlarging all of these little water storage areas. We'll deepen and enlarge this one as well. Yeah, excellent stuff. All right. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. If you've enjoyed it and you want to see more, please check out the other videos on my channel. Memberships are available. We've just started the Fallout 4 build, Rebuilding the Commonwealth series as a members exclusive. There are super thanks available if you would like to support the channel. But please join us next time. That's the most important thing. Watching and commenting and all of that is the most important stuff. So thank you very much for those that do. Thank you very much in preparation for those who will. I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And bye-bye.